how does my marriage stay consistent? And how does my marriage of 16 years remain steadfast, even with my husband being a trucker? It's not what you think. And this, in saying that, I want to make it clear. It is consistent, intentional, deliberate actions that cause this to be possible. And in this video, I want to talk about it. Because sometimes we think that good marriages, lasting, effective marriages just happen. And it doesn't. You have to put in the work. And so I want to tell you about how I do it. And you may benefit from it. And I hope you will see the value and also add comments in the comment section to tell me what's working for you. This is what's working for me. So you tell me what's working for you. My husband and I have never necessarily been in the same space all the time for a duration of period. In that, when we got married, he was still in England, I was in Georgia. And for a year, we went back and forth. And therefore, when he came, we had learned how to do long distance. And so when he started doing over-the-road trucking, it was necessary that we maintain consistency and alignment. And with doing that, we needed to come up with a strategy. And the strategy we came up with was a check-in. And it's not an option, it's a necessity. It is not a micromanaging, it's a necessity. It's like drinking water. The body needs water. Our marriage, the body, needs consistent communication. And therefore, when I go to work, I check in. When he pulls off and start his day, he check in. Throughout the day, we are checking in. And how does check-in work? For us, it has to be a telephone call because my husband is a trucker and he can't be texting. So I am calling. And over the years, it has progressed to where now we have a rhythm. We have a rhythm in that the girls, our kids, know once we get in the car, as I'm backing out, it is, let's call daddy. Let daddy know what we are doing next. We are going to school, so we are checking in. And when it is pickup time, it's let's call daddy. We're checking in. So daddy can be made aware of what took place at school. As much as I am being told and given the debriefing, he's a part of the conversation. And it is necessary, whether or not your husband is a trucker or he's a coming home type of person every day, or he does business trip, or he is one that is gone a few days and is coming home, but you want to make sure that he is aware. And I'm using the scenario that the husband goes. It could be where the wife goes and the husband stays home, because that is also a dynamic where when my husband is home, I am the one leaving the home to go to work. And the same thing occurs. I'm checking in. After a patient visit, I'm calling to let him know, okay, we're 3 down, 2 to go. And therefore, he's made aware, and the children are made aware of what's going on in terms of whether or not I'm going to be home a certain time. So in terms of maintaining a good communication system, I would say there are 3 vital things to do. Make a commitment to do the check-in, and however your check-in works for you, because it could be where your partner can receive text or voice note and things like that. So do that. The other is, apart from making the commitment to do the check-in and figure out what that looks for or how it looks for you in your situation, you have to be consistent with it, because a habit is anything done over time, repeatedly. and it becomes something you just do, just like breathing. So for us, it is a habit. We get up and we are doing it. And the third thing is that you need to also revisit, is this working for us? Because as life changes and situation change, it may not be relevant to continue to do the same thing. In terms of, it may take more of a, we do a morning, afternoon, evening check-in, or it's a every hour check-in. It will depend on how your life situation is. And if you're new to this channel, my name is Kerresha, and this is the Integrated Life with Kerresha. And I talk about how to integrate your life to where you have calm, peace, and a sense of ownership of your own life. And I talk about the chief doer to the architect, that you are the designer of your life. And there is a free workbook in the description where it lays out how to identify what season of life you're in. And it's completely free. You can download it and complete it to just identify where you are. It goes through a lot of different things, 5 different pillars. And when you look at it, you start wherever you want to start. Because again, it is case specific to you, not to the other person. But in terms of having a cohesive marriage and a rhythmic partnership and a dynamic integrated marriage, you have to have systems in place. It just doesn't happen by happenstance without any deliberate action. And so when you identify for your own self what system will work for you, then you implement it. You implement it in a way where you and your husband can just lock in, and you and your partner can lock in and say, okay, this works for us. And be open to changing it when season arise that requires that. So it is not static, it is dynamic. It is moving as your life move, as you're shifting in different work situation and work habits and things like that. Maybe new kid come on the block, maybe children move out, maybe kids start school, whatever the situation is, it would require a different level of communication. And then you have to determine that, because it is not only beneficial to say that, okay, we have a long marriage. Is it a long thriving marriage that your husband or your wife can say, okay, today's Monday and this is the schedule, because you all are part of making the schedule. You all are part of knowing what is going on, because it makes no sense to have a relationship without an awareness of what is going on with the other person. Checking in. It is vitally important to not only stay engaged, but also to share what is going on in your life and to know what is going on in his life. Because just because we are two, we are still one. So unless we know what is going on with each other, the two cannot become one. And that is the aim, is that we walk in such synchronicity that it is just automatic that we know what is going on. But that again takes time, and I want to be repetitive in what I am saying, because in order for it to work, it will take repetition and repeating, rinse and repeat, and doing the same thing over again. So identify what works for you, and then make a commitment to stay with that and be open to readjust if you realize it's no longer working. So I want you to click, like, share, subscribe, and as we continue talking about how to make a woman life within the workplace and at home integrated, where we show up as our best selves, knowing that we are the architect, we are the designer of our lives. I want you to like and share and comment and let me know, how is it working for you, and what are you doing that you can say, this is working. So join me next time.